A rainy evening, a man stands outside an old bookstore, suitcase in hand, clutching a faded photograph and a small key. He's home, but the one he came back for might not be waiting anymore. They didn't meet in a grand ballroom or a fancy restaurant. Their story began in an old library, a place filled with the scent of aging paper and quiet dreams. He was a young cleaner, working hard, saving up for a future. She was a reader, visiting every day, losing herself in stories. They'd share shy smiles across the aisles, simple moments that felt warmer than any fireplace. One day, under the library's old, leaking roof, he gave her a small key tied to a paper tag. It read, "I will return not to impress the world, but to come back for you. Don't bring me flowers," she had told him once, her voice gentle but firm. "Bring me reasons to be proud of the man I chose." He promised he would. He wasn't leaving to chase money, but to build a life, to chase a sense of dignity that he felt he lacked. So he left. His journey was a montage of lonely nights, worn-out shoes, and relentless work. He studied, he built, he struggled. Seasons changed, the clock ticked, and years slipped by like pages in a book. The nights grew colder, letters became rare, and the silence between them became the heaviest burden of all. Back home, she waited. At first, her days were filled with longing. She'd stare at his old photograph, sitting alone in a cafe, tracing the lines of his younger face. But time is a patient teacher. Slowly, she began to wonder, and then she began to heal. Because a woman can't wait forever, eventually, she must learn how to live for herself. She picked up a paintbrush, started teaching children how to create their own worlds on canvas. Her smile returned, but it was different now, not the smile of someone waiting, but of someone who had found her own purpose. 7 years later, he returned. No longer the humble young man, but a confident, successful architect of his own destiny. He was victorious. He found her in a small art studio, surrounded by laughing children, her face radiating a peaceful glow. He saw a woman who was whole, a woman who had won her own battles without him. She saw him and smiled, a kind, genuine smile. But it wasn't the one he had dreamed of for all those years. It wasn't the smile that said, "You're finally here." It was the smile that said, "I healed." He understood. In that quiet moment, the weight of his success felt strangely hollow. He walked to a nearby bench and gently placed the old, tarnished key upon it. Then he turned and walked away, a silhouette disappearing into the life he had built alone. She watched him go. No tears, just a calm, quiet acceptance. Some men leave to prove their worth, only to return and find that the woman they left behind has already discovered her own. She didn't remain his reason to succeed, she had become her own reason to live.